trase eno so do so panimu fifi ni mu wa ni mu na yem pere pomasi bre enai reckless mismanagement of the economy yasobo ba ko ma chise ni kufudi aboda pampam bre kwanu amu nsoso no e kame ase conflict of interest nsoso e ka ho bie wa mugusu do so nsem ni mu no na dan nsoso bedwekuo ne tenase na ansam ba ko ekopie mu no ane se ena dai kan oforiata de atodwa akire mu pepefe se atetere sankrofo hyitin tolom manhwa nana ya bi genom onantefo nom kwadwonkuruma nom boshoda nom amaja akonom ena nom ne nam wo kekasa ai yesi ayi national cathedral so dan kufu yadam na won mu sie no eye ekufu adodea ne bona fide property ne dia na kufu ado won otre boy chire se nyankopon na dom na wo beye mampani watimi bini aba no beye mampani a oh wo be da nyankopon ase papa niska we mfa nkoye ni ade no e kam ya se ade ne dia na kero for yata chire mu pefe se anya no kre emale kura wo bi okaka sa bia wo male obua anya kufu ado dia ene ase na hwan dia no che it is for me and you Ghana for you na ya dia National Cathedral no yenya na wa tu wase 100% owned by Ghana eno your business just say the woman is Ghana for you na and National Cathedral na ya dia into one my nam ke kasa asem no ya montungu sam ne doso yenkotie senye kind of reata wo kire mu.
As the grounds of the proponents claiming that there has been unconstitutional withdrawals from the Consolidated Fund in blatant contravention of Article 178 of the 1992 Constitution, supposedly for the construction of the President's Cathedral. It's a co-chair that took me for a loop since I did not know what the President's Cathedral was. Honorable co-chairs, let me first submit that I'm uncomfortable about the formulation of this ground. It presupposes that Parliament is assuming the jurisdiction to enforce and or interpret a provision of the Constitution against the combined effect of Articles 2.1 and 131, which grants the sole and exclusive power to the Supreme Court. Nonetheless, I say with both humility and confidence that I have not breached the Constitution in making payments to support the construction of the National Cathedral of Ghana. As Finance Minister, I'm fully aware of the approval procedures for use of the contingency fund and have not breached its requirements. The National Cathedral is 100% owned by the state and it's not the President's Cathedral as described by the proponents. Indeed, the Attorney General issued an opinion on 6 January 2022 that the National Cathedral is a state-owned company limited by guarantee under the Ghana Museums and Monuments Board. Honorable co-chairs, the policy direction and updates on the National Cathedral have been publicly presented over the years through the National Budget Statement and economic policy presented to Parliament.
Ewiase hrameda ade woni wura no ampani amuti yei every photo sound for my Ghana mu kan of riata ene wa kire mu no no wi ene wa kire mu se amafo bi so san bone sobo sa ai ni titi minority of parliament omo bone sobo sa wonu kan of riata ni suade akra o mu hwehwehwe adan Ghana sika eno eda contingency fund contingency mu no a contingency ye brofo e unforeseen circumstances se bia ene ma betimi asie wani na de bi besi wa brabom ya friend contingency eduani pa bia peso ogba brada su ya eya contingency plan na se o ye bie fa bibisi wani se ma memfa sika bi ntu ba bia no se sika ne mfa ni wa ache mfa ni gali ni beans ani ewu kura se sika ne nto ache na mom se bibi putupuru atowa na wakoyi se sika no ne friend contingency planning sa contingency fund sika egu no enya nipa do se ni bia de o eye Ghana fo nyina ye sika sa be ya dan kwama bibi to ye akoyi sika no e de aboye ho bra e na no kire mu say minority for no bade so bo say wonu akoyi sika free sa contingency fund nim ene wadi si National Cathedral no chese no so mo male mo boa min koyi sika bia free contingency fund mo nya me bia mi koyi sika di free ye fa the contingency vault enye contingency fund ene say brofo akase contingency fund ne contingency vote no they are they and not just I they are two different things altogether. Baby okoyi iska nya contingency fund nemum okoyi free contingency vote and where iska what they bought national cathedral no bra.
Yes, the proponents have confused the contingency fund with the contingency vote. Let me explain. There is a difference between contingency fund and contingency vote. The contingency fund the proponents refer to is wholly covered under the Constitution, specifically under Article 177. This constitutes money voted by Parliament, and advances from this must be authorized by the Parliamentary Finance Committee. The contingency vote, on the other hand, is a line under the other government obligations vote, which is approved by the Finance Committee and passed as part of the Annual Appropriation Acts passed by Parliament. Honorable co-chairs, in preparing the annual budgets, the practice is that provision is made for indicative expenditures that have not been fully costed at the time of the budget presentation. Provisions are made in the contingency vote to cater for such expenditures. For example, in 2014, there was no specific allocation in the 2014 budget for Ghana's participation in the FIFA World Cup in Brazil. The cabinet of President John Mahama in March 2014 at the time approved then some $9.622 million for that tournament, including that amount which was flown to Brazil in a private jet for the players. A more current example is Ghana's participation in Qatar. The Black Stars qualified for the 2022 FIFA World Cup, way after the 2022 budget presented on 16 November 2021 was approved by Parliament. No specific amount was thus budgeted for it, but through the contingency vote, we have been able to provide funds legitimately for the team to participate in.
And as for contingency fund and as for contingency vote. Si kan wo koyi ni free contingency vote mu na free contingency fund Ghana ha siro yankwa mrashe badwafe na media contingency fund ne contingency vote ne kwa committee bom Havila Kakali parliamentary correspondent or tesansem yenu we nyina ase Havila me moadwo
pacho me de so
mrashe badwam de mu bia mu pebrofo akasia ana contingency fund ana contingency vote o de o tiase pa where dan chan sam ben na dai SSE
okay sam no menim ne medical akadada nje me reporter wa na me person me de mu ebefem tiawa
I don't call
okay you inti and finance minister abafia ene senior medical de tujo area mu honum no go yi ntem no bebrea no enche me sure say ayi so abese 1 hour the me gidi say or say yes so if we are ene na edi kan no medical to meditu ye chefo ni me awia no sense kwedu me no biom di kan de bond ye omu yife mo eni kwedu edi kan eni kwedu edi ni na medium na fam kaka ye friend saying on the grounds of ground 2 no the finance minister established saying national cathedral no and so we send them okay saying nya dia sikana uchiaye no and na udi kan sia no sinti of free contingency funds no nya contingency vote na contingency vote say mechechim kaka was a consolidated fund on mine account ba kwa ye sika be revenue be na no ya yedi kokum na ansa no be sika efisa consolidated fund no MPP na no man stress o say utiba machibedwum na machije parliamentarians na ye machibedwum for no omoji tuma wansa wetumi akoyi enso ye wo look didi kakra am fan say ye wo akwenya kakra bi o wa say ntembi tunisia eno no finance minister bi tumi edini ta kobosa futu na we ita skani bi eno na and ye fe no contingency fund we no obeka na say that anye minority for no more ad hoc committee so because some share sika dodo na okoyiye na offer contingency na yana emodu pa over $100 and something million there nyesika kuma obeka sense we contingency nti ona me fire me koi saa sika no ena the squid ba ko stars the board finance minister any say on the charge of misreporting to parliament with the finance minister ka saying kasenti below the line above the line accountability minority for the proponent of the vote of change and kasenti Obama said 2019 no odi nkuto nkotariba mashebedwum ho all the item there all sent anka o list no odi sie kakra and said that any means amount sa total figure na anka sent yenya na ye debt stock no said that issue but IMF no odi nkota for na de call na IMF there odi nkota senior omoye na no odi call and no change and on any above the line below the line your bar parliament in there or the below the line by the see or the see but IMF when find see and kind of the two just when not you under IMF that time in this Ninkuta Bun and the uncle Meppin so Kramagana Yefisa IMF program. And using teacher or the current Bakusa met me the person with the 2 there. Authentic a year NDC buying any minority for Omoka be and our minor Abba young any sense or mobile parliament last year a year budget now with the buy and you let the Kaka minority for Chichium a minority leader, a Haruna Ipisu, a Dibetoja Senti, and yet on modern banker, Tiziano, a Agana about me in ya, the revenue targets, and in ya, say, a more minority for the Omuna Esi 11 on Niger on the Yasumena, scan of Riata, a winning account, and our minor, a Pansana, and Bakuno said, a year time now, Mahama Abai was not a year. You can say air power, electricity, not into me in chair, and then say or minor echo, doom so I will hear be and my Juma be pre a month for sure, Mujuma be a Krumuha. Now, would it to two, would you not to two near a banwe abbey and say, Yama be Gawaii school class.
Auntie Kakali, let us send somebody there. Don't want one say your grounds or no. Ye hwebi wo TV so pa ama de akwaso anyina ye de ani dia chenti wo de ye bede wase on that note na ye de wasi na de aka nyina no fo ani dia kire omunya mpon ye de besi bia no because do ba bia na tension rise kakra na abafam kakra ye monitority fo de dia kire na de aka nyina waboaboa no na wo me yensa asa aka nwumre ye bede wase pa why Havila Kekali we parliamentary correspondent nemom oya djuma oya sister station ye nyina ne ebutu a Class FM brofo no oka enti mu se twi ni nse down flow a mo fa nche no se ba brofo pa don't try Havila Kekeli na no the same na mote no
ya 27 so ade amamo yeda so a ejina mu wonra hye fie adwo committee asabredi abedweku a wo mo na etinsam so eba no say ne senja motion and as a vote of no confidence a mrahye 4% ne wo mo eto no otimi epamo Ghana ya photo samfo wo pamo no edi free ni dibra so na che say ne se de wati atese atete wo man na pansam no wo mo se eye nya sade ne NPP amenyokuo no kwa ebenam so ama ne dachi bia no wo mo ne ma pasa so wo etimi yema wo man no mafo ema wo akwanya ema wo no mu enye bio na ene wo nsem no mu enna finance minister no nyafo ken oforiata ye nyina enim sasa media wo gina kono e wo nsem a medin kan ede ato dwa na wo nsem ene sa me kwa de kekeli kra so etwamfoni dodo na ede akere ya sabredie na no December akwa na wo toto na no anase wo senja motion hu sensem no amu no wo de ato dwa wo kire say eye minority no dom adwuma na ebutu mrahye no kwadu ba kwa wo mo ede bona wo mo ekyese ne nyina eka huntin wo se wo mo empe na adwuma ye bie wahwekra wo mo mpese ne wo bekɔso aye fotosamfo anase wo soafo na hwe yesika so e wo man mu ne se wo se eba ne pa se data pa se ene ye mo bua ye mu nkonta se bia wo ma yesika sama ha na ejina anase bia ye fiti afia si kweponi ekuta 100 Ghana cedis ye de mu 20 cedis ye se ye de 1 cedi ye se ye de 5 Ghana ye se ene bia de 7 cedis ye so ye se 14 Ghana kwa ye de hwe wonu mai wo senior high school na se bibia tesa wonu mo se popani ye bribia beba mrahye bedwafie ne nkonta su obu fa wo mo so ani kalabule nkonta pe no pani no se dia wonu pe bia na ni wabu nkuta no cheso baba be keka kire wonu ma wo be so yo mo korokɔ da dwan wo mu nim se cheso wono wo mo mani kura techen na se mrahye bedwafie wo ne bi kɔ wonu mo nyefie ketewa nie wo mo wo bi wo hono mo fie bebre nie enti sa dan ko da do ne ma ne de wo mo bi kɔ otimi nkwa no wabu nani aguso na ne nyina no wo mo twɛn ne bre a ente se ama ne adru na no no pani ni eyi sa kwadu we ya no no ye no wo kyerɛ se nukura bi anim no no de wonam he kra nam nwa ba so na mrahye bedwafie pa abenfu akuku dan pa egu wono mo sa me kwa wo hwe kye amehene pa wo pani wa sumo mrahye bedwafie fie bebre nie wono kwa kyerɛ se wo jai krampot no kwa kyerɛ se o mafo no kwa no mo pa ne chom so wo pani sa bre bi no o se aye be de mani mra de se wono ma aka no makobi aye mfihie aduonu na yo se de ade de nkwa na meje MP ship na media media wo kalio hono ma na se de no o se de bi wo nkobio eti wo ahwe mpanifu atwotwo wuro we mu nyina wo mrahye bedwafie a wo besi dan ene wakwa akɔhye wo mutoli wakwa akɔhye wo no mo ntro se ne data ye wrong anasa misreporting data obetimi ede akomrahye bedwafie wopani na kyerɛ se wono wo mudie pa nti santansa na wo mode bono no wose no kwa bia nim no wato aso a wo kyerɛ mu se wono ya no hye fita ya na nkɔfo kwɛyɛ saan wa hye fita so ne timu sum ni ade wose da bi ye kase mudie pa obi wo mudie se integrity pa ye kura ye integrity ma wose wono ade ba ko ehia ne pa ne nkwa na nyina ne wiase nyina wo kura mu pa ye integrity nti se entro pa na sa kohie pa say wakwa kogina mrahye bedwafie adi bi wose wonye ebida na nya afensu no obeyebi.
Tuesday, 13th November 2022, the proponents clarified that their concerns relating to the reporting of fiscal data. In their submission, they alleged that different sets of data were presented to the IMF and the people of Ghana. That is untrue. The 2019 Article 4, which is cited, actually clearly demonstrates the computing and reporting of the deficit is consistent between the government and the IMF, as shown on the table labeled Ghana Selected Economic and Financial Indicators 2017 to 2024 on page 4 of the IMF Article 4 and Appendix 3A of the 2019 budget. More importantly, we were under a fund program during that period and could not have been able to exit the program if there were inaccuracies with the data we reported and the methodology used for computing the deficit. In actual fact, in the most recent IMF Article 4 report from 2021, one sees clearly demonstrated that the methodology utilized in computing the deficit is and has been consistent as shown in the tables labeled Ghana Selected Economic Financial Indicators 2019 to 22 on page 3 of the press release numbered PR 21/221. According to Honorable Arthur Forson, Mr. Chairman, paragraph 16, page 11, I'm quoting of the staff report, Article 4 says fiscal rules under Ghana Public Financial Management Act fiscal rules could be strengthened. Of one, it goes on to say that about 2.8 percentage point of GDP in financial energy sector payments were recorded below the line in the year 2019 budget.
Anya ye kwatie ye anu ye ni bia woni manyamfo ken oforiata wode etu dwa ewo adwo committee no enim na nyina mu no wo to aso a wo ye no wo kire se modi amomu ka asem kwa na mu betumi ede ntansa aba obi owo wono so abo eye dom kuma no kwa adu pa se wo mo so sabotage ne pa wo se wo hwa afra se kwa ebra na no kwa kenka wo meya kwohomobo sika enwo nsem kra ewo mrahye bedwafie na delay pa wo se ane wo mo etwintwa na na mu sa wo bekwa wo nkwa bia kwa na esie se ane wo pani wo mo mane nkwa wo so omo delay saa wo ma eye o meya kwa humabo sika no so obekwa kan wo ma hyebedwafie no so omo ma ne chepa na ni nyina na ne amahodo so ya ne ekwaji sika bosia ne de euro bond no won kwa ne ba nyina no ye kwaji bie wase ne wo mo kwa na che so ma close market no international euro bond market ni nyina ne Ghana's traditional euro bond ni nyina issuance ni na wo so omo koye no wo ma tum se ya twere bam ni nyina kan kwa na sika botne sika na kwa mo pe ede abo mehu bre ni nyina na kan wo mo anya enti ene edom kuma no wono so ede kwadu ni bia bo wono mo pa enya asem ketwa.
Every key expenditure made has been supported by this House. Indeed, we also saw that there are consequences when the House for months refused to pass a major revenue generation item introduced by this government to support the fiscal stability of the economy. Sadly, the minority leader, when this government was compelled to approach the fund this year, triumphantly took credit for frustrating government's efforts to meet its half-year revenue targets. He told the parliamentary press corps last June that thanks to the opposition, government has already lost half-year revenue that can only be attributed to the purpose and tenacity of the minority group in parliament, unquote. The consequences of this intentional stance have been dire. It precipitated a lack of confidence in the international market and closed access to Ghana's traditional Eurobond issuance. Honorable co-chairs, it is worthwhile to note that indeed the proponents offered only one item as not having been approved by Parliament for payment, the National Cathedral of Ghana, and I have shown that to be untrue. I hope we can take it that by extension of their proposition, they accept that all other expenditures have been approved by Parliament.
Na ninyina mu ene wiase yesi wontumi woniema wo se wo ka kire nye ken nana ya wo foriata wo to ane Samson wo ye no wo kire se wo mo kra NPP aban yi kra se ana se NPP amenyokwe wo mo befura ba enye ye ka twitwiri die ene chese ne niema basabasa na chese aban dada na aye wo mo akasa no mateto oman na pansam ne dada etu wo hwedum so se ya ne ye wo mu ya wo se na eka pa na da wa na sese wo mo NPP aban yi ene be ya kwe kwa befa so atua se de eye kekeli echeche mu na enti wo se sa ayi kwadu amafo de bo na na kenoforiata woni na kufu adu aban wo mo akasa recklessness na awie wonu mu se ye etu wo ma financial recklessness HS wo mateto wo ma antoto wo ma ye sika semu ye na me awie se wo se no kura bia nim na abadada no watete wo man ne pansam no kwa ka na da wo kwa wo mu tua edi bi solve dum so ne ade no kwa wo se na nya no bi ni.
Honorable co-chairs, it is important to note that through our leadership and commitment to turn around the economy from its state in 2016, we made great strides and remarkable progress in the years before the pandemic, and the records attest to this. The headline facts were, we doubled economic growth in our first 3 years, and Ghana's growth in 2019 was touted as one of the highest globally. Inflation came down significantly from 15.4% to 7.9% at the end of 2019 and remained in single digits till the pandemic hit in March 2020. The fiscal deficit, which was about 6.5%, was brought down to under 5% by the end of 2019. Exchange rate depreciation reduced significantly to under 5% in 2017 and averaging 8.7% between 2017 and 2019. We reduced interest rates in line with declining inflation expectations. Monetary policy rate declined from 25.5% at the end of December 2016 to 16% at the end of 2019, while the average lending rate for the same period declined from 31.7% to 23.7%. The government directly spent $25 billion to save the banking and SDI sector, protecting the near collapse. Undoubtedly, the last few months have seen considerable economic uncertainty and challenges. These have been characterized by high inflation, rapid depreciation of the cedi.
Eni ayekwatie ye Ghana photo samfo no monyamfo Kenneth Ofori ata ebra wo kopie mu ewo adwo committee no animu wo mahwebedwafie no ehun sem bi na yetie ne anwumre.
Emra sebedwa mu nsam ne de egusu a ekoso enuti yesu ye ne de akire pa na yemma ba kokura ntofo mu a yemma monte no ne egusu a ye yemma mo no enuti fo adwenkyere no koso abra Says you go so mo ka kan for yata go so resa brofo a rich me contemporary there. Brofo ka there ne ka nya din bia sa wo beka. Na mum na that appointment be wuo no. Ane be hu ne tenten. Adam asomrofi be dwo no. Ana krama benya ne dabre. Eti brofo ndi obetimi aka ne sei. Na mo mo boabo ansem na no nyina wie. Ne ko pie mu wo mrahye be dwafia ne be hu se. Vote of census no ebe ba na se emma so. Enti ye de ani dua kire. Ebaswa ebe mama so ate yemfiri mrahye bedwam semsem ni mu na yemonwura semfo from na sabre ye de ani kopia mu galamse almighty galamse anyway for adwent say ne bra ate na be spell galamse na me am tese wo spell galamse no me hu za wo spell achepa anyway be spell galamse na me hwe galamse e wakase yiso na strategic thinkers network Africa Stranek Africa one no Ekwa wey obodi asi o mani so se niam bia ekwache wo mamu no wo mo de ma no betum akasa ho se beya ye betimi apani nu agubre na de o maso de agira mu dua so se akire ben asem mo ka nyina ne se efom tu a yamfa mra kwan so ntu a ye friend galamse no kure ni e boman na ade no ekonya sa chechede nante na kakran na kokode ni musuo se mpanifo ampepman ni nu agubre a hu sa ne ye besidi afa okwan bia so ebe bo Ghana ema Ghana hwefom se potim a obedwene ho a wonte ase Stranek Africa for ejire mu se kamie se aban bia obeba no nya waka ne se ai ene galamse no obehwe no ako ate obehwe no atu ase MPP aban ba yei wo mu de ase o mani so mbeko atu ase nanso akosi sen adani ololom he nya dia atumi akoso wo mu timi emfo fele wo mo promise na kamie se ne wo mu kan nyina no bohye hunu Basha so de nipa de obetimi ahyehye bia gu a na ewom se beye a obetimi ama abam no eno ne asam no eno ntie na Stranek Africa di tu dwa kire mu se oku a aban de asi ne so opeso okutu galamse ase no ewi ase dua kora gemframa epon ebebu untumi mfa nsa ba akon so enkata nyankopon ani enti kwan bia so no wo mo hwede wo betumi aya aboa na ene galamse ekuo no ye nyina yetumi ede matikura ko na ade ba akom de atu dwa ne se we no yemfa okwadi abresia mu a wotu an nsem mogya bumani enko sanke yabaki ni nyaasa chechede nante no yemfa okono nyate sede enei yade mirikatuo na eywo no eno ebetimi aboa ma yetimi atu ase asami mu nkire mu ede Stranek Africa Executive Director ni tete wana tiase pa kwan a wa mo kire se yemfa mirikabum na entumi mu antu ase no obetumi a kirem wapani amaju
yo be dasi bia bokodi
adom ahweye ene nyankopon ho mabronti yete ase ye ho den mejiri sa onso sa
ya me adumi ya pa amu ya pa
Stranek Africa niamu kan nyina ne se galamse ku no ase ekonya asa chechede nante eya ye bohye keke bohye nso so de amamu ane fanyinam se wanhye enti nkamu se ye nyina informative krombom na yamfa kodie bresiamu a wotu an nse
ya bene na se yin hwe galamse no seniema hwe ya sase hwe ye fu cocoa farmers ene omo ton omo cocoa farmers to omo cocoa farm to galamse for some coins apart from the name say aban campo based on that omo di grafo for omo kasa because omo nim say ye cocoa no ye ton na ye ho betri apart from that no who share ye pra river ye blue river said they are adani yellow because of chemicals and now to the extent say Ghana Water Company campo omo to mean ensure to provide to those communities and apart from that who can say essential for campo omo ye report say woman be Odumasi Ashanti region or private is now say under the private you are digging pit for her or to trust nana at the end and she's dead. These are the things that you can say there be you ensure ye now you can say oh you best what galamse confirm on bemu benefiting from galamse and the fact said because of that no if you human who anti bills on that you can them in the long run will be hot as a country and it's trying to for your truck and we provide solutions. So yes, one of the things the president can say, there must be 24 heavy military presence. You know, say military for they have been monitoring matters of currency, but has it been 24 hours? That's one of the things we want to ask. Say, immediately, making sure that military presence must be there. Communities, they must not be spared. And say, Manu, and that's the second point. And many Juma, now he must not be spared at all. And yes, say, who are highest power, who are high position, and everybody must be made to see the full results of lawyer. So we collapse. The third point, then you say, chiefs, only very influential in terms of your committees. Want to make that who call committee now, won't call chief for any waiting. And you only say, chiefs Campo, they are involved in the fact that you can say, I'm with your coffee casa, say, it's not a thing we should encourage. And the fact that even young Agarafo and residents of communities that engage in Galamsey, say, no, or Galamsia. As I said, I think it's where the end because we just are party and why that is one of the things you do to ensure that the Galamsey is a thing on the path. But you see, the focal point is say, my concentration on Galamsey are just a short-term period, but a long-term period. It's a marathon. He said that it's sports. Say Usain Bolt, he's very good at short-term running. But when Galamsey to me young say Usain Bolt or running for just short-term time, but a long-term, it's a marathon. I'm
telling you, you are making a lot of sense here. Oh, Kasam Mwanda Hopa, but Nyara want to say, well, I say your policy makers, no, they are to blame. Because me a catch a bedroom tea, maybe a century, median some mekan was a making. Once or so, what dear say, would they a ye back here because you are calling on them, some bay. Now, we are waiting on policy makers, no. Sabe, one more share, one when I'm almost some. One will bet me a command day. There be a Casa Galam said no corner. What is Sat and Crankra Bisas one qua? Or bet me, for instance, me. What the Galam say any seven Sassamen qua. One time for your mind, yo. Because you're I just a click of a push. Galam fast as well. Police for her, security agencies no her. I don't know for a maybe ma not kete. Just say, who's a guanas one would be policy makers no what can who be?
And of course, any I can say about policy makers no. So far no. The yet so far apart from promise to fight Galamsey and apart from the fact say we are very good at attending meetings in terms of climate change or our Gucci. We have not had anything that have done to commitment. So yeah, very, very minimal. Of course, some meetings with chiefs and all that. But it must be more than that. And yes, and then main partner, you interjected me. Yes, that's it. Policy makers who have to ensure say it is not just a matter of policy, but they will walk the talk. And then I can say these are the things that when you almost your policy, it must not be explained by a marathon. So that at least you're sorry and we say, oh, yes, you know, I clean. You say your cocoa farm no. Yantoma Galamsey to the sense who better talk chocolate or golden tree crackle from golden tree chocolate come to me because the cocoa farmers are turning down Galamsey. And yes, even though policymakers must make policies to ensure say the policies must not be explained by the marathon, then the United States must all be part of it.
Right, all right. Yeah, you should be part of it. And you remember, I know I say, me and Fancy her, a breast seven, your best number, Munchambio.
You me that.
Abusuani amuti yi ora ni tete ono Stranek Africa Executive Director etu okono abna Stranek se o kan ho bi
obi aka ho ko ne de se yin anim se obi aka ho na ne ntem so ne se de wo mankasa ban ni titiriu enhyehyeye ne nsem kan ya na wono mo eka de fa ne ko ne ho no so o mo de be ye adwuma no ene asem no
yo yanto aso
ya to asem no so e de amam wugu so awutie anwumre no nsi abremu kase wo Accra 100.5 ye ne affiliate stations ahodo formation centers so ne adodo na so aso kase animu topete wo ma anim ni ye wo ma ye nimu nyina esan say kase no ne trodododododo ne yese no ha e de mamo etie Facebook live akra 100.5 so ye twagu wo honom kodwo nkroma adama ye to asam ne so e de amamo na wotwe ya e na beto odwase ene abanku ntabufuo wo de aba beto dwa ne ensem bebre na na ka ho na de ba ko na ne yi omanfo pa e ye se minimum wage se wa ye adwuma nipa da sani sori anopa tamba gese ne ho wo ma de akuma ne aso ne ade nyina na wo mo de ase wo mo kon so mo kwa adwuma nyina ne ade no da mu ne be kwa wie ye wo se ene ye chesa akatua ese na efata aban no e approve pa se ese se wutua wo nipa da sani ka no na nka ne ne ejina 13.53 sa me de wo se wa pagya mu akwa kodru 14.88 Ghana cedis ni na Ghana cedis asem ena me kan ne nsem ye beto odwasa na ne Ghana adwumayefo bi ye no so owo adabraka efrimi tintin nyina minimum wage Ghana hanye esisibra ne ekoso nyina Ghana ha no mu sei wontimi nya adwuma mienu anasem yensa chese wadwuma wura kwa hu se wo ye adwuma mienu kwa ne ade kwa ne ni brew no wo sugu ne yam saa adwuma wode ama so no na wo ye o ba wo wadwuma kakra bi a wo ye bi kwa pon nan ya na akoye adwuma enso still ya no peso wonya fault wo hu san say na adwuni na ne se wo ye adwuma mienu de ne de no wani nkwa we na ni wen enti no wo ye no mo chese enti Ghana nipa dodo na ye adwuma ba ko enti se minimum wage no se ya na mo ye ne se ne akokodwo so se ya na ha adwe pa na sa me se de wo mai sika sempa si afra pata se de ne memu aye din fango buo kwa na construction ti ade ne ye tumu school fees ene ye dan kacha se ne jejeje utilities nso de ne de be bo mu enfifini mu hono mo electricity water ne nko ne be se boiler fee kwase otu o ma tumu no zoom line kwa de kwa for kwa de ontimi ntwia na ayi for de no abobo ya for de no so de jai 4 cities so mo jemi 9 cities kwa mani so nyina atame enti se de ne ma bo kwasoro no mo ye no mo kire say na nka wo de kwa de ro wenke ka 12 pesos na ka 15 cities ka wo de ka pegen wo 15 cities ana se ne 20 cities bi krai wo memu ne ma ye de bibia mu ye de inflation si atwa mu 100% aso mo so am se 40% ne si emfi mu a na kwa akoto mu ana sika kuma bi 1 cedi kwese ni 1 cedi 50 pesos kwa no mo ye no mo kire so we de mo anya de kwa no mo de blame ni bi so kwa ma wo mo panifo a ni aban ko hia ye esi sa agina ye we se mo de bia mo kwa se mo dura no ma hu bibia gumani so se de ye de to me sha mo sasa mo kwa na mo kapi ma na ma kwa ne pasa sa nti wo manfo ni bia ni abere pa ensem a wo mo ne nsem twefo e kan ye pa na je se wa wutibo wasum
1.6 160 I say we say ya ntu mfanya hwe 1.6 ni tuame if say me yes 80 cedis nti we yes 80 cedis a month no be ma 2 days je metimi adwuma 6.2 mako ko bufu be 5 million nti bo ha obenya 80 cedis na wanya 20 cedis pe wo endu 15 cedis endu. To
tell you the truth, it's not up to. Say my price, the money that I take monthly, if I am to take my lorry fare out of it, it will be left with anything. You manage. It's the same work that I'm doing. Maybe at here when we carry, we charge per bag 50 pesos. So at the end of the day, we share that money. So I manage with that one before I'll get my salary, and then I'll know what to do with the salary. I would like to go back to school, but because of how the economy is, I have to take care of my mom, my father, and my 3 other siblings.
We've been working for 18 to 20 years. Since I'm very, very hard because my salary cannot take care of me. I have a car. I stay at Dudua. I fill a car, a Toyota Vitz. I used to, every week, I spend about 1,000 Ghana to fill it because it can't take me in and out. So in a week, I spend 1,000 on the fuel.
Show said yes ya to near memu pa enti we wo manfo ni biga na adwumayefo ni bia akra kase ya bo modern anu omo kasa na omo chem se we pa de nkukuru malam sa minimum wage we pa de nkukuru malam wo mantum krem senke ye kra
ayime no sia brem kase bo wadwenkyere hwie bra mesra wada na kofi ni afiafo mo trase pa na manfo ma dwenkyere ma medim ho ya papa wo ye kofi we afia na ye fia da wanfo adwenkyere makase yeso a medi ho ya papa bia phone sesi a Accra 100.5 FM Facebook live enti abna ho ye fe enti mu hu kwa so de se kronkro na ho ye fe ya ena ba ayi motre pa abna him aswo kan atiasefo aduonu na no kan mo ho abafo atiasefo aduonu ba ha abna motre na beka ho asema me na de na mo ye Accra 100.5 FM bojaye yamangura samfofro mu na abusua yada so de ya kutukum Concerned Lotto Agents Association of Ghana wamubufu afuo na chenkure na sema wo kan nyina ne se hwe baby a wo ya nnua no ye ntwa ana sabe baby ade ne danso wamfa nto a epotim ebeto fom ne wo kan nyina ne se kamia ye se aban wei wone ne National Lottery fo no wo matuo mani asi private lotto agents ne so dodo wo mani duo machi dodo bibiom be ye bia no won pese wo mo se no wo mo dwene ho mo ntiase nanu yada ana concern lotto agents fo ne ekueku ekeka ho nyina kwatwa hia mu e wona atho momudu amadu sam kwatu dwa kire mu se National Lottery for aya director general boys ya bre mi amisa mi hukumi kapo oye niema bi okrom ha oyire ho andiaze Assemblies of God ni papa nyame ni papa o sami ye niema bi a wo modwene ho mo ntiase essence wo mo say wo mo private lotto fo no wo madwuma fo a wo mo church lotto na from lotto writers no commission no mo de mom 30% no wo mo nteso emfamina 20% no mo ni National Lottery fo de ni nyina wo mo magina one scale na sabe ensu de deba na ensu kokoba adai e wo mo so mo nyina ekrobo fo ba betes bo bia ne ba enti private lotto fo so mo de be 30% ya na sa mo de mo se mo betua 20 a adai na chenchina nchi wo mo fo mo de mra 30 wo mo koka ho asem no e ho asem ni nkwagu ye wo mo gusu akruchu ankrata de akwagu mo anima wo mo doso mo fifi mu awamu se be wo me pa asem ni agubre eno nkwankwa da na sabe etwonuru ya pre ne danta asem wo nya nkwagu ye no ene video bi ekọ viral enfuoni bi diet na ntwie e wo man mu ani nyina ne se yase amasa man potem honom de anya asem ketwa nanu ada lotto writers no lotto kiosk no titimu eltrotro mu lottos no National Security Operatives bi max shisha omanim bra Facebook live at 100.5 ye tumira ni akyerechie ewiase adanse atinye kuma boso nkronsu ye hwia hwe bra behwe Facebook live at 100.5 hwe National Security Operatives ana wo mujira lotto class no wa hwe ana wo bu no hwe ejim na dan ana nkrofo ye adwuma kakra sabe yo monsabe kwa ma no na mububu wa mo ayegu wa mo lotto class gugu anti National Operatives bi no no ana wo masha max ya wa mububu nkrofo lotto class egu fam no na Concern Lotto Agents Association of Ghana mpedifo dia beto dwa kire se ewiase ka na ntia na account sabe ahuni nyanso a na nianya na sabe so mo ayem mpedifo woti brekese a omutu adwumako ya no wo mo nyom hudu frani mesi krotia meje bodia betem emma botokura mefa nkodi wo bro ye pompofe kura ye nwene nam so mbetra sia ye hwe han no mbebubu mo members ni Lotto kiosk agu fam just like that le de wo mo ntra se empene emasade we nkoso enti anu ada putupuruhia mu a wo mo fra ye Executive Secretary of the Concern Lotto Agents Association of Ghana anwo owura kwaku dua tawia ni bufu afuo na chekuroi wo mu ya kutukum na tikwa pa no wacha se who born dog sam betimi akwati abranka makosi nipa so akogubu wa Lotto kiosk aguo na sabe mu koye no nanka writers ni bi atetu wa kiosk ni mu anka die na besi AK-47 ammunition interballistic missile ene kura mo hwe wadi ene gu on Facebook live National Security Operative ana wajina ho hwe bebu agu kwakudu atawia Executive Secretary of Clag say asemwe wadwene ho awontia say kan phantom na nianu mu yi ano wo mo ntena se enye hwe ha masade we nkoso okwa fa so kirekyere nsansem ni mu de wo de yenko na yenko nkotie sane wosi eka no
ye frame ha anopeya ye asem kakra wo National Lotteries and private lotto operators yentem na nsem bia kwaso kakra MY ene wo mo hia kwan bebre so na anu ye ene wo mo den bibi ba se ye bomo eco operations ni hu se omo afa security agents National Security for omo eshatare a omo de mask akatakata wo monim omo kwam crofo free kiosk mo teche omo bubu kiosk lotto kiosk ni ade ngwa bebre se National Lotteries yes abi if you say ye no mo hia adi nkomo ye ni se samre ya ye practice democracy asomdwe wo man mu no sa adi nka ema na omo ye ye ne omo akasa na de omo ye ntiase ya dwen ye se menim se commission na ye no omo kan ho asem na de abufu ama wo na se enya ne ntie so se omo anya foreign abia o person of the National Lotteries emano enti bia ho adwuma na wo mo ye ntumi nti ase mo mo hwa na mo we hu sen nipa obi ntilo Tokyo so ni obi antimo ayino kra ni nyina ama na wo hwese police force national security crew AK47 no di bubu tse okoto nipa no wo mu a nka emfa nse den ni bisi enti ye bo aban ma ne say wan wasna na do dan kwa kufu ado na wono ye president of Ghana na oye human rights activist na wo hwe supervise society enkoso wo mem
ani amuti ye tinye bia ni ho say executive secretary oda Clark Concern Lotto Agents Association of Ghana no owura kwaku dua tawia na no disam no eno achi no de tu bia kire mu say we aso nya boa nanse ni wanku no obeda ne kyemfo abekaw ena sabi dua nanse ade ewu osu ntekuma wontena se ntonko so betena se ayehwen a sa de ewu amkekere so boa ne kufu se bai kuku a no amde kwapu e omne kwahwe MPP aban no apampam ni omampanye kufu ado so wotena se ayehwen masabe sa ne yafo ne yetantan we akoso so betena se akoma no atu se epuru dia emwo om members no they will fight to the last blood of their blood to the last drop of their blood no be bia wade hu no be and as a radio station say Ghana nyina no be chira ko honom no makọ masema Ghana fo ehunu sampa mo bro sebe oni bi asem won be kọ na radio stations akabia mo sasa adwuma mo ye na nafam sa o onwutubi ni ka na asem say wiase ubi bi ni aboa bobonu a ka be pekuma bi ama no sasa adwuma wo ye ni owu adwuma sam betra national lottery ho accuse board no ne management say mo na mo hye boye sa na MPP abanda bia me bia mo titi private lotto fo won so mo ntra se nya hwe han moya woman won be face so mo di sia won betwa ni say who
very bad ade we top ko internet ni so a disgrace to our own nation so we biti lotto kios mo keke ni afatuo ni afadom ni kwache mask woni nanim so we kronfo so we bien obi ntumi hu unidentified person kutatuo AK47 say we hwe the inflation yadura ye so anu enye yiye kwa na ekọ nanim uton ade a yento agents ne writers kakrakra wo mo yeso a yentie yenne national lotteries atnasia kasa se mo writers ne ntwes kakrakra a omuso agi atom e yehu di ntira o mo yesa ade we se woni national lotteries mpanyimfo no board ne nkasa am ya sa no be ya yenne no twen ya abrante kuma so bae wono so ne de akra dem se ye ka enye yi yentna se emasa ade nkoso the sleeping dog is lying down. The dog is fast asleep. So you can waking up there. You be move all around this country. One had demonstration, but I buy no position.
Wala tala. Area sasa frameda ede woni ura no. And something what no. Area so busy chodo matwa. Then wechi victim ba kwa ene womko bubu ne kiosk ni guye. Na wani na ni hu hantwo kasa kira wuraho a wofa mu o wase still no shake adwuma ne ogusu a woyo na wodwene hu a wonte ase so mbeye saa yenkote ase do sikasa e
siwa masama yo kyosu mu na ombai no ko mpese yen kasa o musi wana ye adwuma na mi so ye adwuma diblo on register e mi so onya botina mi chechire musi no na mu stati pak nyama na mu tu we kyosu gitigiti umpamu ye even national security makra opeso ba yi ma free kyosu na misi no onya botere gitigiti na mu tu we no mu gitigiti na mu ko na mu si o mu babiem ye adwuma mati akọ umba no mu si o mu free enele na ba na mi si aden na mi si nipa mi ye adwuma no register na mi si o register mi ye adwuma hwan o mi si diblo ati diblo bibi mi paper no mu on paper ma mi kwa na mi show mu say o si da bi on fama mi diblo no o share hope no register na diblo a share na si mi kwa na mi yem sisi mi
ani amuti ye victim ba kwa enei na ne yakobubu ne kiosk gu ye na nani hu antwe wo kana kosem no eno na wo kyerɛkyerɛ mu a ososo ye de ato ani meti ni nyina tofa bom no Clark Concern Lotto Agents Association of Ghana sɛ ne asie no omani nye ho nti sɛ national lottery for mu tie ya Rasa me akume kapo DJ obe DJ kura o mfra me da ozo ni papa ne me kwam na bedu wura fi mi ana mo hwa na mo ye de sefata se be ya asudwe be ma ne homne so o mamu bra enwuma ne ade bebra gu ani papa adwuma ya won munya bi nye ne ho nsam nyina ena executive director kwaku tawia wade atudwa no ye nto akase bode so
Yade kasia no kwa kopie mu ewo from mantam mu not there you mention mu pe na yakwa akogina yi na ene a police for aso shop storekeeper wono ene share store dan ya chese nuane a wono mo edema Soviet Technical and Vocational Senior High School no adesuafo ewo ho no nuane aban edema wo mo se ne ene pantry fo nso nkomo no ama omo no na chese store keeper no watumi afa kwati kwan so ene woni taxi driver konfo ba kon ni didwuma na ene yesi 100 days for the thief, my 1 day for the master. It is a media and a woman aso ni muse ye kya police for nsem. Ni nyina mu na nsem ne beto oja no akra kase ye bo moden a ye ni Reverend Father Jerry Uncle twetwe nkomo wono na eye principal woda school na no nsem sei na wode ato yanimu.
It is true the police are doing making their investigations. The fact is the man he took the items. The school has no. We are struggling to have first world. It's a very remote place without security. We have only one security. So he took some items. So I asked I'm the principal. I asked the cadets to blow alarm. So they trace him, and with the help of the police, we retrieve the items. So the items are with the police, and they are making the investigation. We have only one security. So he took some items. So I asked I'm the principal. I asked the cadets to blow alarm. So they trace him, and with the help of the police, we retrieve the items. So the items are with the police, and they are making the investigation.
Reverend Father Jerry Uncle wano ena principal wada Soviet Technical and Vocational Senior High School ano nene ena yekotie ye no.
Tumirika sesi na bra Facebook live bra yekotwa kase ne kon na raho sama asie ne se. Akona kunwa bia wadi mfishia dumiensa 13-year-old JHS2 people tete akona ne gida JHS2 ni dindie yamfama. Okwa school na sesi ameka se ukopie mu asinfo su St. Francis Xavier Hospital he na kwada da kwadwo fafo de to so asam ya awraho papa na de si ye nyina ne se o maame abamane sa kwada no wo prepra wose ne wo prepra e wo mo compound anopa be se no 9 abapa ho simaduonum 4:50 am na no pe ya o sasa kwada no fi adwuma ya cheche no no ne de a wo ye no wo prepra na waso wo prepra ni o metia ne se akura ne kekam wo ko ya akura ikokom wo pagya nani a wo se ma aba ne na da ho no na aba bai se ni pa boni ni bi na dia aba ba hwe akura ntim se bim ha eni pa ni pa boni fo mo amoso dia no pa prepra ho machi wo fiere ya amunya hweye ebi na asie ya se ni pa boni ni no dia aba ko hwe akura na ne kwanchi o emma wa kokom a sam ya awraho sampa na sa kwada akuro ya se be se bosome na ya atwam nie wo mo kidnap ya kwada ne kosie ba bi ma ni pa boni fo ni demand 10,000 cedis efi awofo ne ho hey ensema sisi wenu makofo how atepoi osuro panic and fear e dia babusua ne so pa ti ma me ne se eniere mu ya o mu hia protection anya sa dia o mani etutu aka o nsem
anapa on my chamber 5 times no na me almost sorry o mo go school almost sorry anti ono no mo fi mo se ni am ye ni fi watch wa edimika ma da ma na sa den o mo se enu na collapse na mo se mo fe da ma na mo dim ko from papa bai enti papa bai na we collapse on mi se nso ma no enti mi se nso bai di nso ni ku nso ansa o pedialytic na o ka se da aba na da ho na mi se aden aba ben ni na yenim ni aye no na mi se aba ben na o se obi di aba gbo mi kwanchi no fa asent aba na da ti e hwe na ti se eja me ma bi agu me fi a me so no eja bi no pa ko ni ko yi ya o di bo ni kwanchi ti bi o mu ti ga ga me we so o fa e so akọ se be bi o fa e to do what o hu se je se o hwe a o se o ba bi na e se ne o ma se da do ho no e so o mo do so ti me so se me ni se ko mo be ma police for abaye police patrols wo
ani amuti e akwada ne maame ehu popo e na abo mo na nu achi adehye a wo tete potem ho residence no wo so che sa